job. Short topic for today. Short topic for short vans. So this is something a lot of people don't realize and something I've never gotten a chance to talk about. But what you're seeing there is a 1500 short wheelbase. 139 inches versus, 136 inches versus 159 inches for the longer wheelbase vans. This van behind it here is long wheel, you know what you're looking at. Anyway, this is the only two permutations of short roof that Chrysler sells and historically has sold. Even though the newer vans, they're going to have that super high roof thing, which you may have seen. There are only two roof heights, low roof like this one and tall roof like the other one. You can get a 136 low roof or tall roof. You can get a 159 tall roof. I believe you can't get a 159 low roof. But anyway, the point is the 1500 and 2500 designations are kind of meaningless because there's no difference between this and a 2500 low roof because it's short wheelbase. The way you would identify that it's short wheelbase is usually, if you're looking through ads, if you're trying to buy one, is where the back door ends on the slider. You'll notice that the end of the track is, 8 inches or so from the rear of the van. Well, when you go over here for a long wheelbase, you'll notice that the back of the track is, I don't know, 3 feet or whatever. And that's also how you can identify and extend it from the pictures. You'll get a feel for how long that is, because in a 159 extended, it's another 13, how big is it? 18 inches, 14 inches? I forget, whatever. Okay. That's how you would identify them visually from that rear quarter panel area. However, here's what I really want to talk about, because you know all this stuff. The low roof vans, there is a fourth van permutation. They're quite rare. I call them a super stubby. They're on a 118-inch wheelbase, so the rear tire would be moved forward almost 2 feet. And they're all low roof, and they're all 1500. But they are quite special, and they are the only example that I have found where there's any one part that's different from 1500, 2500 to 3500 is in that super stubby, super short wheelbase, low roof 1500. And that is the shortened wheelbase, and the gear, the final gear in the transmission is different. It's much more highway friendly in the super stubby, as you would expect, because pulling that much wheelbase out pulls a lot of weight out. That van, I had a guy asking me about it, is something I've seen them on the road occasionally, but I've never driven one or whatever. I'd love to, because I would find it very interesting. I find the low roof interesting, seeing as how all of mine are high roof. This one is cool because it's got a big chicken on the side and the word cock on it. But the point is that the super low roof, super stubby van would be a very interesting van to own because of that gear in the transmission. I don't know what kind of fuel economy they get, but it would be outstanding. And in a world where vans are very hard to come by, I would imagine that many of you are looking at low roof options because those are the only ones that are available or affordable. That wouldn't surprise me either. The low roof van, as this one is no different than the high roof van. For my uses and purposes, the ability to stand up in the van is a huge deal. For many people, that isn't a huge deal because you're building a stealth camper or you're using it, for a vocational purpose or I don't know, whatever. But I am standing, my fat ass is standing here, and I am not able to fully, avail myself of the height. That, for me, would be not a deal breaker, but it would be something to consider in a build-out. Now, I have talked to people who don't care. They don't care about being able to stand up. I find it to be very important. But you get an idea of just how small we're talking back here. I could measure it, but it's probably 5 feet in the back. But it does open up a huge number of options and price savings if you were to build such a thing. And if you really had a dedicated vocational purpose where it didn't matter. Oh, I didn't realize that. The cock on the back is see-through. That super stubby van is something that someday I'd like to own just for fun because it is so weird and unusual looking. It's kind of freaky, cartoonish looking on the road. Looks like the Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo. But who doesn't? Anyway, that's a little bit on a rare permutation of van that you may not know about, that you now know about, and will proceed to not buy because it's too short for your needs.